The International Criminal Court says it has reason to believe crimes against humanity have been committed during Philippine President's war on drugs. Manila's response is that the court has no jurisdiction over it. Bueno Banal joins us live in a moment. But first, a look at what the ICC report says.
Rodrigo Duterte launched his anti-narcotics crackdown after coming to power in 2016. But his war on drugs was controversial from the get-go, with activists reporting unlawful killings and the targeting of political opponents. The International Criminal Court's prosecutor says there's reasonable basis to believe that crimes against humanity were committed in the killings of drug users and dealers. Among the alleged crimes, murder and torture. It also says drug suspects were subject to serious injuries and mental harm. The ICC investigated allegations that Mr. Duterte and other government officials actively promoted and encouraged the killings. It also says many of those targeted had already surrendered to police, while a significant number of victims were minors. Official data says close to 6,000 people have been killed in police operations. Activists believe the real number is many times higher. Mr. Duterte has hit back at those who criticized his war on drugs. He said he'll kill even more people as long as it rids the country of drugs.
Bueno Banal joins us live now from Manila. So Buena, how has the government reacted to this report?
Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that the Philippines does not recognize the International Criminal Court's jurisdiction over the Philippines. He says the ICC cannot investigate a country that does not cooperate with the investigation to begin with, adding that any such probe would be a waste of time and resources. And we've heard this in the past from the Philippine government, even threatening to deport prosecutor Fatou Bensouda if she ever steps on Philippine soil. But in this latest report dated December 14, the prosecutor says the court retains jurisdiction over alleged crimes against humanity in the Philippines from when the country was a state party to the Rome Statute that created the ICC, that was starting November 2011. Up to the day before the effectivity of the Philippines' withdrawal from the statute. It is only the second country to have withdrawn from the Rome Statute, and that already covers the year when the drug war started under President Rodrigo Duterte. Now, the prosecution of these crimes is also not subject to any time limit, says the prosecutor. The report says open source information indicates that a limited number of investigations and prosecutions have been initiated in the Philippines in relation to abuses under the drug war. It said criminal charges have been filed, but only against a limited number of people, typically low-level physical perpetrators. And out of the thousands killed in police operations under the drug war, the report cited only one case, that is the murder of 17-year-old Kian Lloyd de los Santos in 2017, that resulted to a conviction, particularly of 3 low-level police officers involved. Now, rights groups are saying that this latest report shows the gravity of the rights situation in the Philippines, how it needs external checks. So that big question of whether these killings are state-sanctioned. Now, while this latest development from the ICC prosecutor is indeed damning, it is not yet the approval of a preliminary investigation, meaning an approval of an indictment, an actual court case over crimes against humanity.